Hey guys, welcome back to the Austin Lindsay channel. I wanted to explain how I did this shot. We have these products at my work, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of make some sort of movement explosion type of shot. So what I did first was I kind of drew out the image that I see in my head, and that kind of helps me just reference my own thoughts as I do the shoot. I have two lights, one right here and then one over here on the side. These are just bouncing off of the walls like so, creating kind of big gradients. And then I have this light up top here, and that is more or less the key light. It's shining through these double diffused 5-in-1 reflectors. This light here in the back is not doing anything. It's from a previous setup, and that's basically the light setup for this composite. So the way I was making all these things float is I have this C-stand with an arm on it, and I'm just using the clamp, and what I'm doing is we have these putty knives, and I've got some gaff tape on it, and I'm just clamping the putty knife into the C-stand arm, and then for each one of them I'm just positioning it. So I'll like tape that here, and then I'll position it wherever I need it, and then take the shot. And I try to get everything roughly in the same area so the lighting looks the same on each one of them. And then for these are little bath bombs. For these ones, to get them to float, I have this little tiny, you can see it here, I have this little tiny spreader knife. And then what I've been doing is poking a little hole in it. Just started like twisting it in there until it gets a little hole. And then what I can do is clamp this into the C-stand arm, and then clamp it at a variety of angles. So I can just shoot one bomb, but it looks like it's a couple different ones coming out of the package. And then for the bath salts, I just had a friend help me just throw them just kind of in the same spot. And then all I'm gonna do is just comp those into the main photograph. All right, everyone, I'm just gonna let some music play and let this screen record roll through. I'm just gonna explain a few things that I'm doing as this rolls along. So right here you can see that I'm just cutting out everything and shooting it on the same background that I'm gonna comp it onto. Made it super easy because then I didn't have to worry about color hues or reflections and things like that. All you had to do really was just cut it out and then paste it right into the main composition. Here with this package, there's some white left over here from the manufacturing, and cutting this out is a good way to kind of clean up the package. Same thing, there's a little bit of jagged edges from when I cut it with scissors. It's just a nice way to clean everything up. Here I'm using the crop tool to make the canvas larger. If you didn't know, you could use the crop tool in Photoshop to expand the image. Right here you can see I'm bringing in some bath salts. If I hadn't shot this on the same background, if I was working with a different color background, it would make cutting out the bath salts a lot harder. In this situation, I was able to kind of just blur the edges and just get a pretty close enough cutout. But then, since it's on the same color background, I didn't have to worry about cutting out every individual piece of salt. And then with the bath bombs, I shot 3 different images at different angles. That way the lighting looked the same on the different angles. And then I scaled the ones closest to the bag smaller, and then the ones further away from the bag a little bit larger, so that way it gives it some depth. Then here what I'm doing is I'm masking the bath bomb, so it looks like it's coming out of that bag. So and then here is just a lot of playing around to just kind of figure out what the best positioning for each product is to make the composition look better overall. And I think here I just decided that I wanted an extra bomb on one of the sides so it wasn't overly symmetrical. So there's 4 bombs on one side and then 3 on the other. And here's just some fine tuning of the salts. You can see me going in to use the blend if mode on the layer styles and then just kind of knocking out a little bit of that red color. And then here, since it looks good overall and I'm liking the composition, I'm going in and just kind of spot healing and cleaning up a few things. And then here I'm just kind of dodging and burning to kind of make the shadows look a little bit more realistic. So in here I'm kind of just playing around with a few different backgrounds, a few different gradients to see what looks the best. And I think overall I just put in a very slight gradient where it's a little bit lighter in the middle. And then I painted a shadow below and then just kind of blurred it a whole bunch. So it kind of gave the overall image like a floating look. And you'll see here I'm doing a little bit more dodging and burning. Here I'm using the layer styles with a inner shadow with some color on it. And it's set to, I think, screen or color dodge, and that gives it a little bit of edge lighting for more of a stylistic look. And here I'm just kind of fiddling with that shadow, cleaning it up, making it look just extra perfect. And once everything is how I want it, I'm just going back in and giving that final little bit of blemish and spot cleanup. Alright you guys, hopefully this was entertaining and informative. If you guys do have any questions, leave them in the comments field. I'll do my best to answer them, and thanks everyone for watching.